What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp here. I don't get time to game very much, but I'm getting back into it, and I'm starting with WWE 2K25. Now, I want to know what kind of stuff you all want to see as I relearn how to play this game. Some of the controls are familiar, but I've got to start from scratch. I got to go back and learn everything about this game. And one of my favorite parts about playing the SmackDown versus Raw 2006s, even the WWE 13s, the Here Comes the Pains, was the rating system. And sort as a fan, you always say, well, this person should be rated higher, this person should be rated lower. I'm going to go through the entire WWE 2K25 roster and see what I think as far as how they should be rated. Now, I haven't unlocked all these stars, but fortunately, we can still see their ratings on the roster page. Let me know if you disagree or if you agree in the comments. We start out with Alpha, the Wild Samoan, at 86. Now, this is probably higher than he would have been rated had he been an active talent, but this is effectively for the Bloodline edition of the game, and they're naturally going to have a lot of their talent higher than what you would normally expect. So this is higher than what I had anticipated, but this is also the first rating that I'm seeing. Maybe everything else is in line with this. AJ Styles at 85, so therefore, no, I do not think it's in line with everything else. AJ Styles definitely towards the end of his career. If this was like 2017, 2018, I think he'd be closer to an 89 or a 90, but I do think that one's a little bit low. Akam, 80. Now, if you're talking about based on raw potential, all that stuff, yeah, possibly. But the way that he has always been booked, I think 80 is very high for Akam. Uh, these are a couple guys in Akam and Razor who you would imagine would be what WWE wanted, but just never were. And now he's gone from WWE. Definitely have him a little high. Akira Tozawa, as far as an in-ring wrestler, he's fantastic. But how WWE books him and he's perceived, I think 68's right. For a while, it felt like, at least maybe based on my memory, they weren't rating a lot of people in the 60s. At least for a while, from what I remember. I recall getting Here Comes the Pain and seeing Sean O'Hare at like a 63 or something ridiculous like that. I was livid. I was livid as a teenager. That was my dude right there. But Akira Tozawa, just how he's booked. Alba Fire at 77. Now, this was sort of fresh off of her tag team title run, so I feel like this one's appropriate. Alexa Bliss, 83. She had been a perpetually pushed talent, but as of the time they were putting this game together, hadn't been around for 2 years. So maybe it's out of sight, out of mind. I don't disagree with this one. Alundra Blaze. I mean, the division was Alundra Blaze, as we see her 94 version with a 91. So it's interesting because I don't necessarily have the context here. This looks like modern day Alundra Blaze. Like that scan looks like it's her now. And her now would not be an 85. It would be much lower if she came and wrestled a match tomorrow. Maybe based on the legend status, it'd be higher, but I got no problem with 91. I would watch a lot of tapes of 94, 95 WWF, especially 95, and she was that division. And everybody else that was kind of coming in there was sort of like the celebrity of the division to her. So I think 91 is appropriate. Andrade at 82. It's one of those situations where he's much, much better than Akam at an 80, but he doesn't win a ton, so I think 82 is appropriate. Andre Chase at 73. Yeah, he is more of a character than anything else within the context of the WWE programming. And this one is a pretty good frame of reference, but interesting he's even that much higher than Akira Tozawa. Andre the Giant, 88. Hear me out. I like it. Now, I just went down a little bit to see if where if there was another version, but the Andre the Giant 88 I think works out really well because you ever hear those stories about, oh, this basketball player was good in the 80s, but would they be good now? Andre's not as agile. He's not as strong. He's not as quick as a lot of the people his size these days. However, there is like the lore of Andre. Now, this looks like it's like 1987, 1988 Andre, which is the version that WWE is going to market because that's the most famous one. So I like this one. Angel at 72, another guy that hasn't been pushed a ton, a tag team wrestler, very accomplished and good in the ring, but 72 is good. Angelo Dawkins being 5 less than Akam is kind of wild to me. I don't see this one. I think that he should be higher. I think you should probably swap Akam and Angelo Dawkins ratings right here. Street Profits have been pushed way more than AOP. Apollo Crews at a 71. Yeah, barely on TV. Really good talent in the ring. Ashanti the Adonis, man, this is the lowest we've seen so far at 62. And this definitely reflects his usage on TV, for sure. Asuka at a 90. Now, 90 is very good. It's one less than you got Alundra Blaze 94, I believe it is. And she is perpetually over, perpetually pushed, has accomplished a little bit of everything. I think 90 is a really good one for her. Austin Theory at 77. Okay, now the Akam one is looking even worse. Because, again, those guys weren't pushed, ever. Austin Theory has wins over John Cena. He's at least on TV in a tag team. Listen, if I don't know if Austin Theory and Dawkins and all these other people need to be higher or Akam needs to be lower at this point. It's going to feel like I'm taking a shot at Akam here. Ava Moreno. No frame of reference for this. No frame of reference for this. Axiom at a 75. Ooh, you know what? Part of one of the best tag teams in NXT history. I'm there for it. BFAB at a 68. A person that everybody knows is still learning and is largely used as a manager. But it's 5 higher than her, or 6 higher than Ashanti the Adonis. I would probably put them near the same level. Baron Corbin at 76. He's always been a guy that at least went on TV. They've had him doing a little bit of something, so I'm good with 76. Batista at an 89. Really? 89. If this is like looking back on his career, Batista, he's got to be 92 or 93. I am not here for 89. No. Bayley at an 87. Listen, with Asuka at a 90, I would have Bayley closer to a 90 as well. I think Bayley is the glue of that division. I think that she is absolutely a perennial 90. This one's definitely low in my opinion. And Bayley 20 at 85? Well, Bayley held like every title in 20. What are we talking about here? I don't get it. Becky's at 92. Great render, but I think that one's appropriate. I think Bayley should be up near 90, especially with Becky at 92. And Becky Lynch 17 at 86. This is before, she went on her man run. Fine with that. Big question marks. Berto 71. That's appropriate. Bianca Belair at a 95. All about this one. But also does show me Bayley should be a 90. That's going to be another frame of reference there. Bayley way too low in this game. Bianca Belair at a 95. Yeah, that's good. She is every bit as good as they say she is. Bianca Belair 17. The NXT version at a 70. Damn, that one's a little low. I'd have her higher than that. I'd have her probably 73, 74 at least. Big E 85. I'm here for that. If it's as of now we're looking at him as a former star, I'd put him like 87, 88. Blair Davenport 76. I'd probably have her lower based on how WWE used her. I'd probably have her in the 60s based on how WWE used her. The Boogeyman, 74. Well, he wasn't good in the ring. I mean, maybe he won quite a bit, but I'd probably have him high 60s. I don't think him one less than Angelo Dawkins is right. Booker T at an 85? I'm sorry, man. This is one of the most entertaining professional wrestlers I've ever seen. 85? Get that man up to 88, 89. At least. At least. Braun Strowman at an 81 is, again, compared to Akam, who isn't on TV, Braun Strowman is always factored into something. I would have him probably 83. Bray Wyatt at 90. All for that. All for that. Bray Wyatt 20 at 88. I would have him probably at about a 90 as well. I know they got to make them different, but this was really the height of the intrigue of Bray Wyatt until he came back. Bret the Hitman Hart at 93. Listen, if Bianca Belair's a 95, Bret the Hitman Hart should be a 95. I'm going to put Bret Hart up there as should be on the even plane with whoever the top rated wrestler is. That's how I feel. British Bulldog at 85. This one's good. This one's really, really good. A guy who never won the world title, was always a threat to the world title, had some incredible matches, involved in some big stuff. There we go. Braun Breaker at an 87. I like that here at his stage of his career. Then a few years, he's going to be like 92, 93. Back-to-back ones that I think are really, really good. I do think that some of his stats should be so overpowered, though, that it makes up for the score, if you know what I mean. Bronson Reed at an 85. Listen, we're on a hot streak now. I think they nailed it. This reflects his most recent push pretty well, and one that's going to go up. Brooks Jensen at a 73. Again, based on TV, I think it's probably right near it. I mean, he's rated higher than Angel and Berto. Maybe a little bit lower based on that, but yeah, I'd probably have it a little bit lower. Bruno at 91. So, again, within the context of WWE, I'm not a Bruno in-ring fan. The footage that I've seen, not my style. But man held the world title for 7 years. Get that man up to 93, 94. Come on. Build the legend of your legend. Get that rating up there. Brutus Creed at 77. Listen, we're still going off the Akam standard, and I don't like it. If Akam is 80, Brutus Creed and Julius Creed should both be 80. Bubba Ray Dudley at 85. Probably have him... Again, that's like the 2015, 2016 render. Definitely wouldn't have him that high then. Probably 79, 78. But if we're talking like all time... Yeah, 85, for sure. Cactus Jack at an 82, that's low. I would have him near like an 86. Because he was definitely higher than whatever Dude Love would be. Because 82 for a guy that is a pretty integral figure, even that character, even that version of the character, was pretty important. Candice LeRae at a 73. Yeah, that makes sense. Carlito at a 77. Well, that doesn't make sense. The man doesn't wrestle. I would have him at like a 70, 71. I'd have him below like Angel, Berto, all them, based on the frequency of which he doesn't wrestle. Carmella at a 74. That's probably appropriate. And again, by this point, she had been off TV for quite a while. Carmella 17. Okay, yeah. Definitely okay with this. So, I would maybe have Carmella 17 up to an 80 as well. But 79's not bad. She was doing really well around this period. But yeah. Carmelo Hayes at an 81. Yeah. This is more in line with how the scale should be. I see it as elite, top tier, all-timers at a 90 and up. I see world champion or greatest tag team champion ever level like 85 to 89. Mid to upper mid card, like, or again, tag team wrestlers, 80 to 85, and then some of those that are bubbling under 75 to 80. Lower card below that. Carmelo Hayes 22 at a 78. That one's okay. Cedric Alexander at a 71. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Chad Gable at an 80. I'd have him at an 83. Stax Lorenzo at a 72. Well, it does show you at least how 2K perceives some of these people compared to the lowest NXT talent. But yeah, sure. Charlie Dempsey at a 75. That one's pretty good. Yeah. Hard to make him lower than that considering his skill set. Charlotte Flair to 92. All about it. All about it. If they had her 93, 94, would have no issues with it whatsoever. She is an elite level talent and she should be rated like it. And now the 17 version at 87 is a little puzzling because I would have that near a damn 90 as well. Maybe they're saying she's a little younger in her career, but I would still have her a point or two higher. No frame of reference there. Chelsea Green at an 80. I love it. That's a perfect rating. Somebody who is a largely unserious character, but is U.S. champion. I think that's a perfect rating. Chosen, this can't be a real guy. China, 88. I would have China at a 91 or a 92. She was wrestling men. She was a trailblazer. And I feel that she belongs in elite territory. CM Punk at a 92. Yeah, I don't see him taking a lot of clean losses anytime soon. Not like a politicking thing. It's just they recognize that he is a top talent, and 92 is good. Not his prime by any means, but still very good. Cody Rhodes at a 96. Well, he is the top talent in WWE. I think it should be he and Roman as the top two rated men, and probably Bianca as the top rated woman. So 96 and 95 check out there. Cody Rhodes at a 96 I think is completely appropriate. Now, in NBA 2K, usually the top rated people in that game are 98, 99. Oops, I went back to BFAB. But 98, 99. So I'm honestly surprised that the top guy would be 96, but yeah. Cole Quinn, that ain't a real person. Cora Jade at 74. Yeah, she's one of those people that's always kind of pushed in that direction on the card. Cruz del Toro, 69. Yeah. Devon at 84, just slightly below Bubba Ray Dudley. Again, if we're talking prime as opposed to when this render was done, sure. Dakota Kai at an 82. Yeah, a little bit higher than Chelsea Green, but I think she is one of those like on-screen potential unfulfilled people. I would probably have her like an 81 or probably just right there at 80. Damian Priest at an 86. He's been a world champion, but isn't like CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns type of level that they would put him on this game. So I think 86 is good. I think considering after that run, it'd be closer to 87. This modern day DDP. Okay, so we got two versions here. 85 and 88. And listen, if we're talking modern day, I'm sorry. Listen, DDP is not going to be an 85. He's going to be like a 67, 68. He's a little older there, guys. But and maybe this is the tribute version of DDP. I love the shirt, by the way. But if we're talking the 98 version, peak DDP, I think 88 is a great number for him. Like, he was an underdog, and I think this is reflective of that, despite him being a very talented guy. Demon Finn Balor at an elite level of 90. Listen, that Roman Reigns match definitely made it take a hit in my view, but I dig 90. Dexter Lumis at a 79. It's that weighing the Wyatts type of thing versus how much he's actually used. So I'll use him as the benchmark there. Well, Dexter Lumis 23 is 66, so yeah, I'd say that's an appropriate rating. Yeah. Whew. Diesel, whoa, 87. Diesel held the title for a year straight. Had some really good matches. I would have Diesel at 89, 90, unless Kevin Nash is 90. It's hard for me to have Diesel less than 89. Dirty Dom, 84. I'd probably have him at like 80, 81, based on the way that they book him. Doink at 74. People forget how often Doink was on TV. I like that one. Dragon Lee at a 78. That one's appropriate. Drew McIntyre to 91. Elite level. Reflected here in this number. Good one. Dude Love 81. So Cactus Jack is rated higher than Dude Love. Thank God. I didn't like the Dude Love character. It wasn't for me. I think 81 is right. I would lower it to 80 even. That's how I feel. Duke Hudson 74. Yeah. Dusty Rhodes at a 91, so they souped him up a little bit compared to what I thought they would do. I thought they would have him at probably an 87, 88, but considering Cody's rated so high, putting him at 91, I think, is an accurate portrayal of his push, how over he was, his talent, all that stuff. And it's finally WWE washing a little bit of that away. Or, getting rid of some of the WWE washing that we saw with Dusty in older games. Eddie at a 90. Again, 90 is my benchmark for very elite. Absolutely. Great wrestler, one of the best of all time. Great champion. And his legacy has only been romanticized further as the years have passed since we lost him. Eddie Guerrero, 97 at a 76. Again, let's think about this. Akam, who they never put on TV, was at an 80. Get Eddie Guerrero, 97, up to an 80. Eddie Thorpe, 75. I'd probably have him like 70, 71, based on how they use him. Electra Lopez, again, I'd probably have her like 63 or 64. If Ashanti the Adonis is down there, and again, not based on her ability, but based on the fact that she wasn't on TV. The Elite Jey Uso, the action figure at a 90? If it's an elite version of Jey Uso, well then sure. Mega over, I guess. The elite version, Roman Reigns, you can tell I am disconnected from this game. What the hell? What in the hell? Elton Prince at a 71. All right, I would probably have this about 1 or 2 higher. Bischoff at a 58. Bish! My dude, Eric. Oh, why'd they do you like this, Eric? Here, hold on. Eric, let me make sure I look you straight in the eyes. So weirdos on the internet don't say that I'm disrespecting you. Eric Bischoff, my dude, how are you going to let them do you like this? A 58? A 58. Your payback move is a low blow. Come on, Eric. I can't believe this. You need to go karate kick the people at 2K right now. Take out those front teeth, karate kick them, and show. Get your numbers up, Eric. Oh, that's my dude there. Eric Rowan at an 80. Okay. Eric of the Viking Raiders, 79. Then Eric Rowan should be a 78, 79 as well. Ethan Page at an 80. I'm just happy to see this dude in the game. Love this guy. Done a bunch of interviews with him. 80 is a good number. Eve Torres at an 85. Wouldn't have it anywhere close to this, buddy. No disrespect to her. Unless you're working in the fact that she is an accomplished jiu-jitsu player now. I would have this closer to probably 81 because she reached the world title. And they've established Chelsea at like 80. Have her maybe 81. Farouk! So if this is a looking back on the entire career Farouk, aka Ron Simmons, I'd have him at like an 87. That's how I would do it. If this is a Farouk from the 2002 APA, good number. Good number. But if this is a look back at his career thing, man was a world champion, have him at 87. Fallon Henley, I'd probably have her a few lower based on booking. Fatu at an 82. So Fatu's a tough one, right? Because he was Fatu, he was the Sultan, he was Rikishi. But this version of Fatu at an 82, I'd probably have a little bit lower. Now, I am completely aware. This is the Bloodline version. They're going to raise some of these up, so therefore I don't have that much of a problem with it. Oh, Fiend Bray Wyatt. Okay, I got no problem with the other two ratings now that I see this one's a 92. Completely appropriate. And the Wyatt, the 23 version at a 94? Yeah, forget those earlier ratings that I complained about Bray Wyatt. These are fine. These are very good. Finn Balor, current day at an 87. I like this. I would probably have current day at an 85, especially if you've got the Demon at 90. But again, if we're like talking like 2016, 2017 Finn Balor, it'd be like an 88. George the Animal Steel at a 79. Wouldn't have him anywhere near this. I'd have George the Animal Steel sitting at about a 70. A 70. Gigi Dolan at 75. Yeah. Giovanni Vinci, probably more like 66, 67. Grayson Waller, 74. This is more in line of what I think that Theory should be as well. So, yeah. Great Muta at 86. I would have the Great Muta at an 88 or an 89. I mean, he is like the Demon Balor of Japan, or the Demon Balor is the Great Muta of America. So, yeah, I would have him higher. Gunther to 92. Elite talent, elite rating. Absolutely. Haku at a 79. Now, see, if Fatu is an 82, then I'm believing Fatu should be closer to a 79 if we're being more honest about how the rating should be. So I'm good with this. Harley Race at an 84. This has got to be mid-80s Harley Race, not like all-timer Harley Race. Because if we're talking all-timer Harley Race, it's 90 or up. That's how good he was. And he adapted so well. Go watch some of his stuff in WWF in the mid-80s. He adapted so well. High Chief Peter Maivia at 87. This is definitely a thank you for being in the Bloodline Edition version of the rating. I'd say probably 83 would be good. Hollywood Hogan at a 92. It's about right. Honky Tonk Man, I'd have him at about a 12. Man sucks. Terrible character, terrible wrestler, not entertaining to me. If we're being dead serious, I would have him like legitimately at like a 75. Hulk Hogan, prime Hulk Hogan, 94. Listen, if we're talking prime Hulk Hogan and we're erasing everything else, which is him being an enormous racist, he should probably be right there at 95, 96 with Cody. But I got no problem. Hogan 02 at an 89. Probably have him closer to 87, 88. Definitely 88 with Hogan. The old Hunter Hearst Helmsley at a 78 is appropriate. Hurricane at 75. Appropriate. Ilya Dragunov at 80. I like that one. I'd probably have it maybe... No, I think 80's a good one because he's a guy who hasn't won a ton on Raw, but like they put him in those spots. Indy Hartwell at 63. Probably the case. Iron Sheik at 85. Yeah, I like this. Champion, not going to be put in the 90s. Didn't have a ton of great matches in WWF. Is remembered largely for that brief run. So I'm okay with that. Isla Dawn at 77. Considering her tag team title win, yeah. Ivar at 81 after Eric was in a 79. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Ivy Nile is 76. Now, yes, when they were building this game, it probably should have been a little bit lower, but I'm fine with that. Io Sky at an 89. Just slightly below who were some of the 90s. I know Asuka got one. Bailey didn't get one. I think 89 is good. I think she'll be in 90 territory for the next game. Jacob Fatu at an 87 already. I love it. I love it. I like it so much. He and Braun Breaker at 87. They understood the assignment. I like it. JC Jane at a 75. She should be on the main roster. I like this one. Jade Cargill at an 86. Yeah, based on the push. Yeah. Jada Parker at a 75. A lot of the NXT talent that haven't quite won the big one yet are right there. So, yeah. Jakara Jackson, 69. I bet it'd be higher now. But, yeah, I'm okay with that. Jake Roberts at 85. I think that's a perfect rating. Perfect rating. Maybe an 86. Maybe. But I think that's a really, really good one. Jamal, a 3-minute warning. This is the former Umaga. But as 3-minute warning, like they had that introduction where they were this big threat. And I'd have him at an 80. I wouldn't have him at 82. JBL at an 89, I think is really good. Maybe an 88. Because, like, as champion, you thought, oh, maybe he's a pretender. Maybe he's a pretender. Oh, my God. I got to go all the way back here. Jesus. Maybe he's a pretender is what you thought about JBL. And he's one of those guys that definitely overachieved based on what you thought would happen. JD McDonough at a 75? Yeah. Javon Evans, 77? Yep. Jey Uso at a 90. Because he is so over, that's why he's up there. Because of the Bloodline edition, that's why he's so up there. I think 88 is appropriate. Higher than Jacob Fatu, but not quite like the tip top yet. Jey Uso 10 at 72. Yeah. Then 17 at 85. Probably have that 82, 81, 82. Jim the Anvil Neidhart at an 80. Yeah. Jimmy Uso, 84, so way less than Jay. Probably would have him 82, 83, if I'm being honest. And I think the 2010 version is appropriate. The 2017 version probably have down a few. Joaquin Wilde at a 68. Yep. Joe Coffey at a 76, probably a few lower. Joe Gacy, modern day, would have him a little lower, but that seems to be the area for the Wyatt family members, a 79, 80. Joe Gacy, 23 at a 73. Would probably have it like a 70, 71. John Cena, 94. So still highly, highly rated. No problem with this. Any John Cena is like a tribute version, as I spilled water all over the place. Damn. But any version of John Cena is like a tribute version at this stage. But the 07, okay, listen. 07 version's got to be higher. 07 version's got to be 96. He was so overpowered back then. And John Cena 12 is tied as the highest rated in the game. Okay. I'll get on board with that. Johnny at a 76, sure. Josh Briggs, 74, probably a little bit lower. Julius Creed at a 78, he should be 79-ish. Kairi Sane at an 83. Sure, yeah. Kane at 79? What? How many other versions? There's two. One is 85 and one is 79? Huh? Is this the mayor? I'm shocked. Back in my day, Kane used to be rated like 90. Listen, I can't say I agree with the man politically or socially, but like as far as a character, Masked Kane, gotta be 88, 89. Gotta be. That one being rated higher, I'm sorry, Unmasked Kane should never be rated higher than Masked Kane. Carl Anderson, 72. I should probably be about 69 based on how they booked him. Karrion Kross at 81. Probably have it at about 80. Katana Chance, I'd probably have it like 70 based on their booking. Same with Caden. Kalani Jordan, I'd probably have her around the 74, 75 mark as well. Ken Shamrock at 86. Yeah. So, earlier, Diesel was not 90. Nash was not 90. He's an 88. I would have him at an 89. Diesel especially. Kevin Owens at an 87. I think that's a good reflection. Kiana James at 72. Now I'd probably have her in the 60s. They never book her. She's never on the show. Kit Wilson at a 71. They're definitely building that off their character instead of the potential of the character. So, yeah. Kofi Kingston at an 81 at this stage. Yeah. And then the 17 version at 85. Yeah, I think that's a very good rating as well. Kurt Angle should be a 90. He is the perpetual 89. Like the perfect example of an 89. But I think that one's a decent rating. LA Knight at 88, I would have him closer to 85. But, man, the guy is so over. Lash Legend. I mean, Jakara's like a 60-something, right? Man, they definitely rate Lash a lot higher. I would probably have Lash in line with a lot of the NXT talent because honestly, listen, so much of that NXT talent is 50-50. It's hard for me to rate them above 74, 75 because that's how they're booked. Luger at 87. Looks like 95 Luger. Or 96 Luger. Yeah, that's a good one. Lexus King at a 74. I'd probably have him a little lower based on the booking. Lita at 86 makes an awful lot of sense. Liv Morgan at a 91! I love it! Liv Morgan getting her due. This reflects her booking. This reflects the position she is on the card. I thought for sure I was going to walk into Liv being like an 85, 86. I'm glad she's got a 91 here. Come on. Logan Paul is a really good performer. Come on. Bayley's an 87. Diesel's in like an 87, 88. Come on. Lola Vice at a 75. Listen, these NXT talent, I'm completely good with them at 75. Kaiser, that one's about right. Gallows, probably be about 68. Lyra Valkyria at 83. Yeah, came in. Pretty decent sized push. And the 24. Okay. Well, I'm glad she got that much better since last year. Logan Paul's rated higher than Macho Man Randy Savage. I don't even know what the manifestation is, but listen, I'm just glad that they're rated as high as Logan Paul. Randy Savage should never be less than a 90. Mankind at 86. Yeah, I like that. Underdog character. Mark Coffey, probably lower. Probably like 70. Maurice at a 79. I like that one. The in-ring wasn't nearly as good as the women today, but reached some incredible heights. Maxine Dupree, listen, from a character standpoint, she's got to be rated like 61, 62. Like, that's the character, is that she's not good. Michelle McCool at an 85. Probably have an 83, 84. Michin at 80. Yeah, she should be right there with Chelsea, I think. Mighty Molly at a 75. Yeah, she wasn't like heavily pushed as this character. Miz at 81, I'd have him at 79 these days. 78, 79. And then there's Molly Holly at 83. Yes, so that being rated way higher than Mighty Molly, I'm here for. I would have her like at 84 or 85. Montez 78. Nope. If Akam is an 80, Montez Ford should be an 80. Mosh at 76. I'd probably have him at 74. Mr. Perfect at an 84. Mr. Perfect was an 85, 86 if I've ever seen one. If I've ever seen one. Guy that you knew could be a world title talent. I think he should be a couple higher. Naomi at 85, especially considering her most recent push. Good. Naomi 20 at 81. That one's good. Natalya at 85. This is a pleasant surprise. So, I mean, my gosh, this is one of the higher rated women in the game, I think. So, I'm all about this. All about this. I'm shocked, and I like it. I really do. Good for her. Nathan Frazier at a 75. Yep. Nia Jax, 88. Yeah. Current Nikki Cross, 73. So, I mean, if, like, Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy are 79 and Rowan's a 70 or an 80, why is Nikki Cross sitting at 73? Huh? How does that make any sense? I don't like this. Either bring them all down to 73 or raise her up to 79. And then her 23 version is 62? We're hitting Bischoff numbers here. No, I don't. 62? Get out of here. Get rid of the Nikki Cross disrespect. Nikita Lyons at a 73. Yeah, sure. Noam Dar, 76. Yeah, has a little bit more experience than most NXT guys. Obafemi at an 80. Up. Same as Akam? Same as Eric Rowan? 85, 86 right now. Just a little bit behind Braun Breaker. Omos at a 75. Yeah. But I mean, here's the thing. Omos at a 75, Andre at an 88. Now, what I will ask you guys, who do you think is the faster wrestler? Who do you think is the more agile wrestler? And how do you think those characters would play in this game? Because they got to find a way to nerf those 13 points somehow. But if you plop Andre down into modern day, Omos is going to be faster. He's probably going to be a little stronger than Andre. He's going to be more agile than Andre. You see what I mean? I'm not going to say he's going to do more moves because Andre actually did like early in his career. But like the 87 version, I'm just saying. Oro at a 74, probably a little bit lower. Otis at a 75, that's appropriate. Pat McAfee at an 80. I mean, it's because he's a celebrity. Pete Dunne, 76. Yeah. Piper Niven, 79. Yeah. R-Truth at a 71. Yeah, you want him to be higher than the Tozawas of the world. Because he's done more in the ring. So I'm okay with it. The Judgment Day R-Truth gets 4 more points added to him. That's funny. I like it. Randy Orton, 92. Yeah. We got an old version of Randy Orton. There we go. 15. And it. He's now 45, so he's added 2 points. Any other ones? Okay. I would have a prime version of Randy Orton that's rated like 93. But I'm okay with these ratings. Raquel at an 86. Yeah, all right. Listen, I bet that Liv and Raquel tag team on this game is tough to beat. Tough to beat. Ravishing Rick Rude should be an 85. Razor Ramon at 87. That's a perfect score for Razor Ramon. Modern day Rey Mysterio, 86. I would probably have him about 85. 85. I'm shocked there's no older version of Rey Mysterio. And if there was an older version, I would have him at an 89. And by that I mean a more, like, a younger version. Razor at an 80. Listen, I don't agree with it based on what we have seen. What we have seen on this list, I'm talking like Akam and Razor should be 75, 76 with their power stats all the way up. But this is one that I saw, and I'm all about Rhea Ripley. So I suspect Cody and Roman, top-rated talents on the game, which we know Cena as well, the old Cena. I am all about Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley being the highest rated on the women's side. But I think Rhea is one higher than Bianca because Bianca was 95. Listen, Rhea, I don't hate it. I think that Bianca should be right there with her, though. The 17 version at 72, okay. The 20 version at 80, I would have it higher. It'd be like 85 already. Rick Steiner at 83. I dig that. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat at 88. That's appropriate. Ridge Holland would probably have him right there. So Rikishi, 81. Gotta up that man. He was super over. He was booked in the main events of pay-per-views. I'd have him near 84, 85. It's interesting how... Now, hold on. Rikishi is rated lower than Fatu? He was a way more integral character as Rikishi. There ain't no way Fatu should be rated higher than Rikishi. No way. Rob Van Dam at a 90. What a pleasant surprise. I would actually have him near an 88 or 89. But I like seeing this. I dig it. Long disrespected by these games, I felt like. Okay. The Rock at a 95. Probably have him at a 96 considering the Bloodline version of the game. He could be up there with Cody, Roman, and Cena. Is there another version? There we go. The 01 version at a 96. So I think that one is more appropriate. The 97 version at an 80. Do we get Final Boss? No, we got Rocky Maivia. And then there's Roman Reigns at a 96. So all these go in together. This looks like modern day Rock 95. Completely fine with it considering the character. You got the 01 version that is tied for the highest rated player in the game. 97 version at an 80, super blue chip, but or still coming into his own nation there. And then you've got the Rocky Maivia at a 73. I think all those are pretty good. And then Roman Reigns at a 96. I think is appropriate. He should be right there with the highest rated in the game. Well, there we go. New highest rated in the game. 97 Roman Reigns, 22. I'm okay with this. This guy was on a historic run, unmatched run in modern day WWE. So I think that him taking the reins, no pun intended, as the top rated guy makes an awful lot of sense to me. Rosie at 80. Should probably be about 75, 76 for being real. Roddy Piper at an 84. I find that appropriate. I think a lot of people probably figure he should be higher, but dude didn't wrestle that much, so. Roxanne Perez at 83. I'm surprised to see this. Pleasantly. I like it. Sami Zayn at 86 makes an awful lot of sense. Samu at an 82 doesn't make a damn bit of sense with Rikishi at 81. Samu should be like a 75, 76 there. What? The WWE ECW version of the Sandman at an 86 is not something I expected. Unless like his durability and endurance, all that stuff is like all through the roof, I think he should probably be 82, 83. I like the Sandman too, but yeah, like it should be hard to pin him for sure. Santos Escobar 79, higher than I expected and happy about it. Scarlett at 69, should probably be about a 63, 64 based on them not using her. Scott Hall 87, same as Razor Ramon. He was pretty much baseline through his career. There wasn't like an amount of work that jumped all the way up or down, so I like it. Steiner 03 at an 85. Okay, 03. Yeah. When did he come in? Yeah, it was 03. Okay. I would, listen, I'm sorry, I would have the 93 higher. I prefer that version of Scott Steiner. or if you want a different version of him. But I would have him at like an 86, 87. Yeah, for sure. Sensational Sherry at an 80. I would have her up near 85, 86. If I were WWE, I would definitely romanticize her world title run. I love that they use that as the render. I would do a Battle Royal, the Sensational Invitational. I would jump on board with that, but she should be way higher. Seth freaking Rollins at a 93. Again, elite talent and elite rating. No extra versions. Okay, there's a version of him. The 22 version at 92. All right. I guess. Shawn Michaels. This looks like present day. Is this bald Shawn Michaels? Do we get another version? Okay, good. Okay, we got 3 versions. 94 at 85. Okay, I'm okay with that. 05 at 94. All right. And then a legendary version. So listen, in my opinion, unless this is involved with like the Bloodline version of the game, like Fatu facing Shawn Michaels or some shit, why don't you got like the 96, 97 Shawn Michaels? Like white pants, WrestleMania, give him a 93, 94 rating. Otherwise, I got no problem with these ratings at all. Shawn Spears at a 73, yeah. Shayna Baszler at an 84. Based on how they book her, I'd have her lower, but I like this rating. This is what she should be as far as she's booked. 86 for Sheamus is good. 87 for Nakamura. I'd knock that down to 82, 83 at this stage. Shotzi at a 76. I'd probably knock that down to 70, 71 based on her TV use. Sika at 86. Probably have it at about an 85, but no problem with that, really. And, again, Bloodline version. Sol Ruka at 74. That's a good one. Solo Sikoa at an 88. Just ahead of Jacob Fatu. Good rating. Then the 22 version is 78. That also makes a lot of sense. Sonya Deville at 75. I'd probably have her at 68. They didn't use her. Stacy Keibler, 75. Not a chance. Probably 67, 68. Was never a wrestler. Was never a strong wrestler. Was never really... It was never the thing. You want to be honest, probably like a 61 or 62. Should be one of the lowest rated characters in the game. Stephanie McMahon, again, from we're talking about getting out there and having matches. Why is Bischoff a 58 and she's a 75? You see what I mean here? Bischoff, we at least saw new karate. Stephanie should be a 58. Okay, well, we got another tie for the lead. Yes! And somebody I completely forgot about until his render popped up. Just yes. Steve Austin should be a top-rated person. 2000 version is 95. You cheeky sons of bitches. An invisible Cena that is a super Cena. 100. Superstar Billy Graham at 92. Yeah. Bruno Sammartino should have been closer to this as well. Eesh. 76. No, he should be like at a 78, 79 at least. Should be like 75 if we're being real. Tama Tonga at an 83. I think he should probably be 79 or 80 here. Tamina, probably 68, 69. And that's, well, I mean, if the 2010 version of her is 67, then yeah, for sure. Tatum Paxley at 73, sure. Tegan Knox at 77, probably have her down 74, 75. Terry Funk at an 87 is appropriate. Thea Hale at 75. A lot of these NXT women, 73 to 76 because they're 50-50'd. Thrasher at 76, I'm okay with. Tiffany Stratton at 85, I like. I'd probably have her at an 86. Ciampa at 77, yeah. Tonga Loa, probably 74, 75. Tony D'Angelo at 79, I think is appropriate for his push. Trick Williams, I'd have him up 2 or 3. Triple H, okay, how many versions we got here? We got 3, and they're all 91. What's the fun in that? Well, you got 4 versions. But, like, All right, cool. He's got different freaking hairstyle. Who gives a shit, right? 91's fine. Yeah, 91, he deserves it. Trish should be a 90, unless it's like right now, today. Then it should be like an 86, 85. Tyler Bate, 76, that one's fine. Tyler Breeze, 75, that's fine. Ultimate Warrior, 92. Listen, I'm not a fan of the human, but 92 is a good rating. Probably 93 would have even worked. Umaga at an 86. I would probably have him at 87. You want him at least up there with Jacob Fatu. Uncle Howdy, there's two versions. 23 at 82 and the modern day at 87. I like both of these, but I would like to see Uncle Howdy more. The undashing Cody Rhodes at 85. I'd probably have it 83, 84. Undertaker at 96. Again, one of the top rated talent on the game. Yes. Yes. And the 03 version at a 92. The 90 version at an 88. The 98 version at a 93. So you got the four versions of Undertaker there. And then the most recent, like, Dead Man version at a 96. I'm okay with that. This is my favorite version. Western Mortician. The matches sucked. They were not good, but I love that version. Vader at an 87. If we're talking like all-time Vader, it's a 90 or nothing. Valhalla 63. Yeah. Wade Barrett 85. Yep, that one's a good one. Wendy Chu at a 72 makes sense. Wesley 76. William Regal 76. Wolfgang 73. All those make sense. X-Pac at a 78. I would have X-Pac closer to an 80. X-Pac is better than Akam. Xavier Woods at an 80. I would up that now. And there you go. 83 for the 17 version, too. Yokozuna, listen, buddy. 89 or 90 or nothing. Him and Vader. Get them up there. This is when heels were men. And Zelina Vega at a 74. Yeah, that's probably about right. I don't know who Zero is. That looks like Austin Creed. Zoe Stark at an 80. Probably about 77, 78. That's probably about it. That is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think the most shocking rating that I saw in a bad way was Stephanie McMahon at 75 after we saw that Eric Bischoff was a 58. That one was wild. Fatu being rated higher than Rikishi was shocking to me. And then I was pleasantly surprised to see Natalya at 85. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This went a lot longer than I had anticipated. But leave a thumbs up. Tell me what other 2K content you want to see. I think I'm pretty good with ratings and numbers and all that stuff. There was a game called WMMA 3, I think it was, and I would help with mod packs for those for ratings. I used to do TEW ratings all the time back in the day. So let me know. What did you agree with? What did you disagree with? I want to hear what you think. Until next time, my friends, we're out.